this. This is slightly awkward. I've literally never done this before. Hi, I haven't figured out how to wave yet. I haven't set that up in rigging. So, greetings, it is me, Lyndis. You should probably know that by my channel name, and if you know me in real life, um, or hanging out on the Discord and stuff. Um, let's just have a fun little chat about life and YouTube. This video has been put on hold until I figured out how to do all this. And yeah, let's just have a little chat. For some people, this will be the video on why I left the Helldivers server. So let's talk about that real quick. Well, not quick, but whatever. I met the Helldivers chat in August of 2025. Wow, that was a long time ago. And I immediately dropped myself into hell posting. So I that was a bit of a note. Um, and then I looked at mess hall because role playing, I like that. There was no way to insert myself in, and there were so many rules and stuff. It wasn't even funny. I just kind of left. It's that was a time. Um, And then I met the off-topic chat, and I made some friends, and I was really happy about that. Shout-outs to a few of them, like Allmind and Champy and Riley. Those are, like, my top people. Hi, guys. And some of the other people that I made weren't really good friends anymore after a while. You know, maybe my personality is not for everybody. Uh, that's okay, but, there's definitely ways to go about telling me that are nice and don't hurt. I'm 24 and things still really hurt me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just soft. Um, and then shortly after, because I was a Helldivers 2 player, I got Helldivers 2 as a gift from my ex-friend, and I played it with them, dropped into D10s, didn't know what the fuck I was doing with the machine gun. It was good times. And then I was like, hey, why is there a 2 in this weird game? And then I looked, and wow, wouldn't you believe it? There's a game called Helldivers Dive Harder, made in 2015. And I played that game a little bit with my friend, Aidan. And then I got to about level 25 and was like, hold up. The Helldivers 2 Discord, it's 2, which means there's probably a Helldivers 1 Discord. And then I looked around and found the Helldivers 1 section, and that is where I mainly met Riley and Somedoggo, who was the funniest influence that I've had, as well as getting me into the QOL stuff. Not really my area to be talking about that, but he's made some fun stuff for the game, and I like finding bugs for him to fix. And Augustus and my friend Aster. And it's been really cool having met so many different people from Helldivers 1 chat. I never would have thought it. I have so many more friends to play the game with. And, it makes me really happy that I can have been a part of that community. Some of them have become, really good friends over the past 6 to 8 months. But, as life changes, some people stop being friends, and that's okay. But the chat balance became a little bit too negative for me. It changed around the Super Earth blitz that we did, where we wiped all of the factions off the map in like 2 weeks over in January. That was awesome. That's when I got my winning cape. And trying to help fix somebody else's problems kinda stabbed me in the back. It definitely broke a friendship between me and somebody else, and that put a damper on me wanting to exist in the Helldivers 1 chat. Not really going to go into detail about it because it's best to preserve other people's privacy. It's like, I don't want to go too into detail. I'll wish both of them the best, because it was my chat was my happy place. We won wars, we lost more than a few wars. But just the vibes changed in chat. It became a place to avoid a few people. I did make the mistake of making a few friends that didn't realize at the time that we're not good friends, and yeah, I've learned to be a little more selective of my friends. And you know, new divers come to chat, some go. Chat should not cater to me specifically, and this video is not to be like, oh, feel bad for me, because no, you should not feel bad for me. You should, yeah, this is just my opinions. Eventually, one too many shitty jokes that I may or may not have gotten very tired of. And I just figured it was time to go. And I didn't remove anyone I kept all my friends from the Helldivers chat. And, you know, that brought a really weird situation into play, because over the next few weeks, my mental health got really good. And I think I have an idea of why. But I'll get to that in a second. Not having to avoid people every day in what was a really happy place, it just kind of felt nice. It was a breath of fresh air. And yes, I may have reacted poorly to the situation, I will admit that. And I don't really plan on rejoining the Helldivers 2 server. Because I've gathered most of my friends into my personal server, which, hey, that makes me really happy. But I will be sending war updates on winning, losing, stuff through some friends into the chat, like Doggo. The next really weird part is why I kind of just now dislike community game servers. So, the biggest example is the Helldivers 2 server with Arrowhead's management of things. I will admit it's not superb, but some people that I know take it a little too far, and they get really angry, I guess. Like, for a while there was this 14-day challenge, and somebody got doxxed over that, and Arrowhead's reply seemed very... I don't know, I didn't really think they needed to reply personally, because it was not their issue. This was a community thing that happened, and then some people threw hissy fits. But the community, I noticed, just got really, like, toxic. It got really gross, and like even off topic was just kind of a cesspit. It was even leaking into the Helldivers one chat at the time. But then other servers, like Deep Rock Galactic, one of my other favorite games, uh, they released Rogue Core, and people had mixed reviews on that, which is fair. I mean, not everything's going to be positive, but like some people were taking it too far and just making a stink about it. And it was like, okay, guys, settle down maybe. Not every place needs to become Reddit. So I've kind of like cleaned up my personal servers, but it just leaves a distaste to look at a community that was pretty cool and see it kind of dissolve into a lot of anger. Like, I spend most of my time not looking at Reddit, official discords, or even I get stuff on Facebook sometimes. Um, another thing that I've was going to talk about and make a video about way earlier, but I didn't have stuff set up, was the custom Galactic War drama. That, like, cool. Somebody made a mod for Helldivers. That's awesome. I use some mods myself, but having to disable your firewall and antivirus in order to install a mod just seems kind of unsafe in my opinion, and I don't think it should be like that. Moving on from drama, because I think some people don't want to hear that. Well, actually, there's one last thing, and that I find kind of annoying with some of the Helldivers 2 server in some personal drama that I would like to make very clear. I have never once told somebody to go kill themselves, and I found that accusation really hurtful. And I talked to my therapist, family members who have their own opinions on the situation that I may eventually share with the person responsible for this. But I have never once told somebody to do that. And I don't know, it hurts. It feels like an unnecessary jab that did not need to exist. And that makes me never want to be in contact with them again. I don't know. Just seems like something that you just don't say. Because I contacted the person that it was said that I told them to go do, and they have no recollection of this. And I scoured our DMs, because I never delete DMs, and there's nothing there. We have the most sane friendship. A shitty joke happens occasionally, and we just move on. So that's just the last thing I'd like to talk about. Regarding future YouTube content, I am going to start doing, as you guessed, Vtubing again. I'm going to try to make stuff look better and maybe, like, branch out in my content. Because a while ago, my computer broke. The NVMe drive just flat out died. And I lost a lot of footage for future videos, including the one on my channel for Resident Evil Requiem. I was editing that, like, finally every inventory open, I cut out. I was going to make it a full-length movie, and it's just gone. And that's 13-ish hours to go through, and I do not want to do that again. So I might just make a new gameplay. I have on the list DRG, more Resident Evil. We might do Borrow Trauma, and my friend got me Subnautica 2, so we'll be doing that soon on the channel. I might not be having my content every day, though, because as I want to step up the quality of my work, I would vastly enjoy giving my thumbnail creator a break. And as I edit and do the videos myself, I just can't produce videos every day if I want them to be quality. So I'm going to aim for every 2 to 3 days. And updates will be dropping in my Discord server, which, if one wants to become part of the Discord server, you can message me on Discord. I have my username in the comments of the video. Because yeah, some people, and including my friends who I record with, you'll see some regulars. You'll see Aidan, Tio, Donapha, David, Joe, Tom, all close friends, and there's even more Helldivers 1 members. But people need a break. I need a break. I have a job. I do school. And I've been working on IRL stuff because there's some family stuff going on and maybe a person's sick. I gotta take care of myself too. So that's pretty much what this video's for. It's also just kind of a showcase of the model. So I appreciate people spending time to watch this. I will probably overlay some Helldivers clips in here so people don't get bored. Gotta do the Markiplier jingly keys thing. And I'm sorry this took like 2 extra weeks to produce. I've spent the past 4 months helping make VTube stuff, and learning how to do things absolutely sucks. I don't ever want to do this again. But hey, I really hope you enjoy future content, and, you know, just stay safe out there. The world kinda sucks. It's kinda scary. But just know that you can always be somebody's happy light. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you soon.